Chapter 3. The Waves of Time, Being and Cessation. As the afternoon waned, the sunlight softened into a bronze glow. The light streamed through the palace windows and glimmered upon the stone floor like the slow current of a river. That tranquil stillness seemed to halt time itself, yet within that stillness, change was quietly at work, like water flowing without a sound. Never truly still, not even for a single moment. King Melinda gazed at the reflections on the floor and spoke thoughtfully. What we see now, the light moving upon the stone, seems to flow. Yet in truth, the light itself does not move. It is the passage of time and the shifting of things that reflect it. I begin to think that time may not exist as a thing in itself, but merely as a shadow of change, like the shadow of waves running through sunlight, while the sea itself remains still. Parmenides looked upon the same sight with a deep, calm gaze before replying. What your Majesty says is close to what I once contemplated. I see time as an illusion born of thought. What truly exists neither begins nor ends. It simply is, eternally. It is like light that never moves, while only its reflection upon the water seems to dance. Van Gesina listened in silence, then spoke with gentle depth. Your words are like light shining upon the water. I agree that the ultimate truth never changes. Yet in the Dharma, what we call time is not a mere illusion, but a result of perceiving change. All things arise, endure, and cease as their nature. Without change, we would not even know what enduring means. Just as waves reveal that the sea is alive, the flow of time reveals the nature of impermanence. Thus, in the Dhamma, time is not the enemy of truth. It is the mirror that shows the nature of non-eternity. Parmenides nodded slowly and said, You speak of the flow of time as if it were a stream. I see it rather as the shadow of ignorance. For as long as one sees what changes, one has not yet touched what does not change. When the observer ceases to watch the flowing water and turns to perceive the water itself, he will see that it has never truly moved. It only appears to move because of the play of reflected light. Van Gesina gently touched his chest and said softly, Indeed, the flow is in the mind, not in the water. The water does not move, the mind sees it as moving. When the mind perceives change, there arise the notions of past, present, and future. But when the mind is still, all change ceases within that awareness. The unchanging truth reveals itself when the heart allows all things to flow without resistance, like a stream that passes over stones yet leaves the stones unmoved. King Melinda fell silent for a moment, his eyes fixed on the glimmering reflection. Then he spoke again. I begin to understand that you both speak of the same thing, only from different directions of light. Parmenides looks from light toward shadow, while Gesina looks from shadow toward light. Both paths meet in the understanding that nothing truly vanishes. Only the form of its appearance changes. Parmenides continued, his voice softer now. In this, I see that you speak of what I call being, though you name it Nyat. When I say that what exists is one, you say that nothing has inherent self-existence. Yet both mean the same, the state of reality where no division remains. Van Gesina placed his palms together and said, Indeed, truth is undivided, but perception makes it seem dual. It is like one light reflected on the rippling surface of water, splitting into 1,000 sparks. When the waves are calm, the light becomes one again. To see the Dhamma is to behold multiplicity and realize it is not apart from unity. King Melinda turned his gaze toward the lotus pond outside the palace window. The setting sun touched the water surface, scattering golden ripples like the waves of time. He whispered, Perhaps time itself is but a wave of light reflected upon the waters of the mind. If we look deep enough, we may see that water and light were never separate. Parmenides closed his eyes. Gesina smiled faintly. A gentle breeze drifted through the window, and the last light of day stretched across the water in a single bronze path, like the thread of time slowly dissolving into dusk. The king said no more, for what words could not express. The stillness of the heart revealed in full. As the final light faded and only the moon's reflection remained, the water shimmered in quiet peace. In that stillness, all things spoke one simple truth, that time does not flow from past to future, but returns endlessly to the present, like a current flowing back to the sea from which it came. And within that sea, Both being and cessation are but a single ripple upon the eternal wave of truth. To be continued. Chapter 4. The Shadow of Knowing. Who is the seer?